Hello and welcome to SoBricks. I'm Adam and this is SoBricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Technic Polybag called the Skid Steer Loader set. This is set number 30710. It has 52 pieces and I paid $5 for this set. This is a polybag. I don't know if this might have been available for a gift with purchase for a while in 2025. I picked this up in a store. I grabbed a couple of them. I like to see these Technic polybags. I think, I've looked at a couple different ones. I believe this was one as sort of a forklift kind of thing here, and I really liked this, and this looks to be somewhat similar in construction, in function, in design, but I'm excited to take a look at this new polybag here. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Technic polybag called the Skid Steer Loader, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. You can support the channel by giving money to the channel, membership, supers, and thanks. There's a Patreon, there's affiliate links, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. All that stuff really helps, so thank you very much. This comes together quick, so now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Technic polybag Skid Steer Loader. This is okay. I actually liked the build of this. It kept me guessing a little bit, although now looking at it, it seems like it makes a ton of sense, but we'll just get right into it. So we have kind of, I don't know, I guess I don't call this a skid steer loader, but maybe that is what they're called. It's sort of a heavy equipment, construction equipment, or different stuff where it has a really big kind of bucket up front or like this loader up here. So that is a big piece. It's a nice color. It's kind of that, I think this is the newer orange color, and there's actually a good amount of that in here. Starting this off, we use one of these L beams, and actually goes up into the center there. It's a slightly different L beam than I'm used to seeing. It's got maybe like 5 lengths, like stud or pinhole lengths here, and 3 up, but it has the like alternating holes. So on one side there's 2 here, and then the other side there's 3 going the other way. So a little bit of an interesting thing there. I don't think I've seen that too much. And we start out by putting pins through there. We add on one side of the orange, and then we kind of work our way around. Pretty early on, we add this orange piece here. We put a gear up top for the function. There's one of those worm screws or spiral or Archimedes screws or whatever, gears in there, and another gear back here. So that's where our function comes in. So we have to build in that stuff first, and then put stuff through, and then kind of finish up the other side. Building the cab was kind of interesting. It kind of starts with the like half pin, or sorry, the half, what do I call these? Beam, the half beam thing in there, the gray one, and then we have some axles going through all the way. Up top, you can see we have a slight angle down here, and these are at an angle up to the front. I think that looks really good. It does look like a kind of a cab that you might see for equipment like this. You got 4 wheels. The wheels are bigger than I maybe thought, but I guess it makes sense on there. They're just a good amount bigger than these little wheels that were on this like forklift over here. So a little bit different, but maybe that also makes sense. You know, this has to have maybe a lower center of gravity if it's lifting stuff up really high. I don't know. I think it makes sense to me that these would be different. These have some similarities. I'm sure this one probably has more pieces, or I think this one likely has more pieces in it total, but you know, the overall size comparison is pretty similar. Bigger wheels, so bigger rims, more rubber. Also the bigger bucket here is kind of makes up, so the volume of stuff you get in here is probably pretty similar. It rolls really, really nicely. The front of the bucket is on one of these ratchet joints, so you have a good amount of you know, articulation to move that there. And then it has a feature to lift and lower the arm. You can kind of see this right here. I found that well, I'll show what the feature is. Essentially, you turn this gear up top, and that moves the Archimedes screw, and then that moves the gear that is fixed to this axle here, and so it leans that up, and you actually can like go, you know, all the way back, something like that, and then we can bring it forward as well. Got caught a little bit there, something like that. And I've found that, you know, when you can have this such that it is going down in a way that would not allow this to really roll, because the bucket is, you know, on, or is hitting the ground and is going beneath where like the front tires are. So that's not good. So it's best to, you know, have it maybe lifted up a little bit because of the Archimedes screw and everything. This can be just slightly, you know, raised up and can roll really, really nicely, and I'm not worried about it drifting down or whatever. Of course, we can lift it up a little bit. There's a little bit of give there, but that is okay. And you know, we can have this do a bunch of different stuff. If we wanted to play this was like picking stuff up, we can kind of make that happen. You know, we can bend this and kind of lower the thing. We can drive it forward. We can tilt this up. We can bring it up. You know, we can bring it up really, really high, probably too high than is safe. But in terms of balance for the Technic set, it works fine. And we can drive it somewhere else, and you probably wouldn't drive with it like that. You'd probably drive with it a little bit lower to the ground. And then if we wanted to dump stuff, and maybe we're adding to a big pile, so we do want to lift it up relatively high, you know, we can get that up, you know, a good distance, or you could get it up a good distance before dumping it. So that is all pretty good. I think this is really nice, you know, super quick, simple, good kind of introduction to basic gear mechanisms, basic functions here. I think Technic's really good about that stuff, and I like this. I think this is a nice toy, and you know, the colors are good here, and yeah, I think it's comparable to other Technic polybags I've seen in a nice way. So I'm happy with this. It wasn't too complicated to put together or anything. It just felt right to me. There is one extra piece, so I'll show that here. And this set is 52 pieces. I paid $5 for it. Yeah, I think, you know, that makes sense for this. You know, you got the functions in there, you got the tires, you got the big bucket. I don't know if there's any specific recolors in here. Like maybe this was colored at a point and is now being used in this, but I'm not 100% sure. If they did recolor something, I don't think it would be specifically for this. Maybe it was like for something else, and then they figured they could use it here, but I'm not 100% sure. None of the colors are like sticking out. There's a couple blue pins that all get covered up. We do see the tan in there because those have less friction. You know, the spots of gray, there is a little bit of red, but those get covered up. There's one right there. And the yellow, like that all doesn't bother me at all, especially because it looks like, you know, it's similar to orange in many ways. So I think this is really nice, fun, simple, effective. This is just got that one beam for the lift arm. It's sturdy. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about that. So I think it's a nicely constructed, fun little set. I really enjoyed this, and yeah, I think $5 makes sense just based on like I could weigh this compared to the forklift there or other poly bags, and this it feels very much in line with those. It's a little different value proposition than, say, like the botanical field flowers polybag I looked at. It's a little different value proposition comparing this to like a collectible minifigure, but I think there's value here. I'm glad it's not more. $5 feels about right if it can be purchased as a gift with purchase and gotten quote unquote for free. That's I guess I would be fine with that depending on what the threshold is. And occasionally polybags will get heavily discounted occasionally at various retailers, and this potentially could be one, maybe not. I don't know. I picked up a couple of these and I'm very pleased with this. So I like it, and I think the value here is fine. So that's really good. And that's it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Technic, more polybags, and then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you wanted to support the channel in a different way by giving money to the channel, you can financially support the channel directly with membership, supers, and thanks. There's a Patreon link in the description, buy me a coffee link in the description. There's also affiliate links in the description. There may be a link to buy this set from a major online retailer, and if you bought it through that link and got it shipped to yourself, I maybe get half of a penny or even less, but that's another way to kind of indirectly support the channel financially by buying something you were going to buy on your own, and you still get that product. So I don't know, maybe consider checking out those affiliate links. It does help, I think, and that's it. So with all that said, until next time, thanks, bye.